Hello everyone, today we have really exciting news from Pandasaurus Games that they've just announced Machi Koro 2. Now this is a standalone version, this isn't an expansion, this doesn't necessarily lead on from the legacy game. This is a brand new game that sort of takes the original and sort of adds a few twists. Pandasaurus seem to be pushing this fact that if you pre-order, you're also going to get 3 promo cards with this. It's from their website, but apparently some game stores will also be running this, so just check with your friendly local game store if they're participating in this promotion. On top of some brand new cards, there are 2 big changes to the way the game works, and I think they both sound like really sort of beneficial changes that have come from the legacy experience. Now the first one of these is that you will be using different cards each game. Effectively the buildings are split into 3 sets, so there are buildings 1 to 6, 7 to 12 and then landmarks, but you're only going to use 5 of each of these decks. That's just going to add some variety to each and every game. You know, they say, oh, you can't rely on your favourite one all the time, and that certainly seems the case. The second one, and I think potentially the more interesting one for everyone, is that the initial buildings that you're going to start with are varied. Now this sounds very much like in the legacy game. Over time you build up like a potential starter deck. In this, basically you're going to use your money at the start of the game. There's going to be a few rounds where you basically buy your first starting buildings. Now this means you can jump straight in and go for those big point scoring, coin scoring potential cards, or you could be just sort of flooding your lower value numbered dice slots effectively, so when you're rolling a single dice they're more likely to trigger. I really like the idea of this. It worked with Legacy and I think it will work really well in just basic Machi Koro 2 as well. Landmarks are going to work in this same style as well, in terms of they're not always going to be A, B, C. Basically you're going to have landmarks and they do different things, but you can choose to take them in any order. The first one will still cost you the least, and the most expensive will be the last one you build. But which order you do that in is completely up to you. Now sometimes there was definitely the fact of, I always want to build A first because it's cheapest and it's probably best for me right now. So it'd be interesting to see how they've balanced that, and it's not always going to be you wanting to build them in a certain order every time. So that's going to be a really exciting thing to see when Pandasaurus announce a little bit more. But anyway, that's all the information we have. I'm actually, I was okay with Machi Koro. Machi Koro Legacy I think was a better experience. I do enjoy Space Base, so it would be interesting to see sort of do these changes and tweaks really elevate Machi Koro and make Machi Koro 2 the game that I think everyone wants it to be. Anyway, that's all from me. Check out other news, reviews and everything on the channel, and I'm Oliver East, signing out.